Hey, so what's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and of course it's your boy Videola back in today's video. Now I want to show you something really so special. So I've been basically trading GBPJPY because initially I was actually trading GBPUSD and GBPJPY, but there's a way I have basically found out GBPJPY being easier. Now what I'm going to be basically sharing with you guys in today's video is one of my secrets on how I actually crash GBPJPY. Now before I go any further, I'm actually going to show you some of the trades because these are the same trades that I actually took from today, and let me show you just something real quick here and then see how I actually smashed this. So after that, we shall have, of course, to slide into the charts, do some analysis, but make sure you join our main Telegram channel, because if you don't join, you miss out a lot, because we shall set up some signals there. This is like what we did today. Now, let me show you real quick here. So as you guys can see, this is GBPJPY. So as you guys can see, I'm basically killing this big time. Now I've been doing this for a couple of days now. And I basically found out the secret to winning GBPJPY. So that's what I'm going to be basically sharing with you guys. But of course, like I said, make sure you join the main Telegram channel not to miss out on these big moves. Okay, so let's slide into the video. What's up team? So like I told you, this is all lit. Now I had trades running on GBPJPY, but guess what, got up to 100 pips on this particular trade. Now what I'm going to be basically showing you is something different apart from what we often say, because most times we are basically, of course, covering the concept of respecting the overall trend, right? But now this happened yesterday. So I opened up a trade before, got stopped out, and then the trade later moved into my direction. But this is basically what was happening. There was a pullback, but the pullback was a bit stronger. So after getting stopped out, I noticed that the trade was still on my direction. I think I'd gotten a trade around this region here. Let me show you real quick. This is what possibly gotten the trade from. So I'd gotten a trade from around this point here. Why? Because I thought this being a push, then I thought this was a pullback, and then we're going to push to the upside. So I entered my trade around here, then I probably placed a stop loss around here, and guess what happened? I got stopped out, and I knew after getting stopped out, I knew the trend was still on, the trade was still in my direction. And what I did was I waited for this point here, and guess what happened? I got my trade in, placed my stop loss just a few around 20 or 20 something pips, and guess what happened? Got in. Now I saw the move starting 100 plus pips on this trade. Now the good thing is I actually shared this trade with all the community. The link is in the description below. Now how did I actually come up with this trade? Now first things first, whenever I'm going to trade GBPJPY, I often look at GBPUSD. Now GBPJPY and GBPUSD kind of have some correlation, right? Let me show you real quick. So actually GBPJPY and USDJPY and GBPUSD, I often look at these pairs before I can actually be able to trade any of them. Let me first cancel this out. I often look at these pairs before I am ready to trade GBPJPY. Now I'm going to show you this in a few, and you guys will see how it basically makes a lot of sense. Now from yesterday's, what we're going to do is we are going to first look at USDJPY and then see its move, and then I will show you what this means. Now you can see that GBPJPY and USDJPY basically have the same moves. If it's an uptrend, they should be all uptrends. If you find USDJPY going to the downside, you shouldn't be expecting to buy GBPJPY. No way. Why? Because they basically have the same moves. So what does that basically mean? It means if you are looking at trading GBPJPY, the first important thing is you are going to look at USDJPY. Confirm what's happening. Is GBPJPY trending to the upside or to the downside, right? Just like how you guys can see in this particular example. Was USDJPY going up? And the answer is yes. You can see it was a good uptrend to the upside, and that's the first confirmation. Now, after looking at that, it's time to go and get look at JPY, right? GBPJPY. Now, again, more often enough, GBPUSD also sometimes has the same moves as GBPJPY, but sometimes it could stay consolidating, or sometimes it go against this, just like how you guys can see in here. Now this was GBPUSD. Check what happened on its side. It continuously trended to the downside. As you guys can see, for it, its move was continuously to the downside, and I see it could possibly move to break this previous level here up to somewhere around here, because I think I could have possibly drawn a key level sometime back. Let's check it out real quick. On the H4, let's check this out real quick. So as you guys can see, we had marked out a key level here, so we could see maybe it won't be broken, or it can be possibly broken, right? So that's what we were looking at. But the main point in here is whenever we are going to get trades on GBPJPY, because that's what our main focus is on, we are basically going to compare it with USDJPY. Look at USDJPY first. If we can actually move through time and compare its moves, they are basically the same. So let's start from this. This was April 22nd, right? And it was a clear downtrend. Now let's check GBPJPY and see what its moves were on the same date, right? This is actually amazing when you actually want to win GBPJPY. Now check this out. So this was again April 22nd, right? April 22nd, and guess what happened? It was a clear downtrend. That's the whole concept. Easy concept, right? Easy concept. Now what you are going to do is just establish the overall trend for one of these pairs. If it's a USDJPY, it means it's going to get you the trade for GBPJPY. Just establish the overall trend on a bigger time frame models, like how we say. Now, like in this particular case, of course, I had to move my stop loss to break even, and I closed some of my profits in, and right here we shall see kind of a pullback. It's going to be a good pullback to downside, because as you guys can see, the push to the upside was a bit longer. So whenever there is a push, we should expect a pullback, right? Because we wouldn't see only pushes or maybe pushes to the upside. No, we should always again expect pullbacks. Now we are going to see a pullback. We shall just wait to see how big it is. Now if you're a scalper, you can actually enter a sell, but with a bigger lot size, for you to be able to scale and get more trades, more profits from that trade, right? But on the other hand, you can just wait. You can just wait patiently and wait for the trend to come back to direction, and you can be able to trade, right? So back to point, I said the whole point in here is you should always first get what we call the overall trend. Okay, get the overall trend, maybe from the H4. We have discussed this sometime back, maybe from the H4 or from the H1, depending on what if you're a swing trader or a scalper or a day trader, depending. That all comes up to the time frame that you want to use. So after getting the overall trend, the next thing that is actually going to come through is compare the two pairs. Okay, compare the two pairs. What's happening? Is it an uptrend? Is it a downtrend? So that's going to open up your eyes and give you the possibility on what is actually going to come through. So that's the whole concept that I want to share with you guys. That's the whole concept that I wanted to share with you guys. So what we are going to do is we are going to look at a few pairs today, and we can see if we can actually get a trade today. Now, like I said, on GBPJPY right now, I can't encourage anyone to take a buy right now. Either way, I wouldn't encourage you to take a sell. Why? Because I know, of course, it could possibly be a pullback. Let me see. Let me check on my phone how many pips this could be. It's going to be a pullback, but not so long, not so long to encourage someone to take a trade. Let me go to M15. not so long, so it's not a good idea to actually take a sell. Either way a buy, because the push was already big, so we would expect a pullback. Now let's check out some other pairs. Sometimes I check out random pairs. Let me check out Euro USD, Euro AUD. On H4 first things first. There we go. This is how we are basically looking at. So when you guys look at that, what do you guys think? Now I can decide to draw this and then this. So what we are going to see, we are going to see this getting broken, coming for a retest and pushing to the upside. Why? Because the overall trend is the downside, right? Hope you guys can really see this clearly. I hope you guys can really see this clearly. Let me try drawing this. We just have a small trend line here, and then we have this key level. Let me adjust this. So what do I expect? Let me try to scale down to the H1. This is the trade that I'm actually going to take. Sorry about that. So we are going to expect a push to the downside, just like this, and come for a little pullback and push the downside. Easy, right? So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. So I'll be basically seeing you in another video, and I am out.